Hi, this is my week 2 progress. Last week I built the core game loop, towers, enemies, and drag and drop. This week I focused on one main addition, a level system. The game can now progress through multiple levels, each with different enemy types and spawn speeds, and it shows a victory screen when a level is cleared. I also added a second player character and a second enemy type. So let's look at the files. Comparing to last week, you can see two new scene files have been added, the player 02 and the enemy 02. These are the second player character and second enemy type. The three scripts world.gd, player.gd, and enemy.gd are still the same three files, but the world.gd has been heavily updated. Player.gd and enemy.gd are unchanged from week 1. Now we are looking at world.gd. The biggest change this week is at the very top of the world.gd. I added two constant arrays. The first is level data. This is a level configuration table. Each dictionary in the array defines one level. It specifies which enemy scenes can appear in that level, how fast enemies spawn, and how long the level lasts. Right now, there are 3 levels configured. Level 1 has both enemy types spawning every 3 seconds for 60 seconds. Level 2 is faster, every 2 seconds. Level 3 is even faster at 1.2 seconds. To add a new level in the future, I just add another dictionary here. No other code needs to change. The second constant is player scenes. This lists all available player character scenes. Adding a new character type is as simple as adding its path to this list. I also added several new state variables. Current level tracks which level we're on. Level timer counts how many seconds have passed in the current level. Level running is a flag that pauses all spawning and timers when false, for example during the victory screen. I also added two cache arrays for preload scenes and a reference to a victory node, the UI element that appears when the player wins. In Ready, I now loop through player scenes and preload each one, then hide the victory node and finally call start level to kick off level 1. The new start level function reads the level's data from level data, sets the spawn interval, resets both timers, and loads the level's enemy scenes. It only places player towers on the very first level. When you advance to the next level, the tower stays exactly where they are, so the player keeps their positioning between levels. Here are my Chinese notes. You can just ignore that. So in process, I added a second timer alongside the spawn timer every frame. Level timer counts up. In process, I added a second timer alongside the spawn timer. Every frame, level timer counts up. When it reaches the level's configured duration, it calls on level victory. This is the win condition. Survive for the full duration and you clear the level. On level victory stops the level, removes all enemies still on the field using get nodes in group, and shows the victory UI. The on 下一关 pressed. So here are 3 Chinese characters. It means next level. I will change it later. I put Chinese here because it's easier for me to find the next level function. So this function is connected to the next level button in the victory UI. When pressed, it hides the victory screen, increments current level, and calls start level again with the new index. If we are already on the last level, it does nothing. This is where a game complete scene would be added later. The spawn enemy function was also updated. In week 1, it only ever spawned one type of enemy. Now it randomly picks from enemy scenes cache, which holds whichever enemy scenes unconfigured for the current level. So in level 1, both enemy 01 and enemy 02 can appear similarly, like place player now takes a tag scene as a parameter instead of always using the same hard-coded scene. So each player character type gets placed independently. Okay, so to summarize week 2, the core combat from week 1 is unchanged. What I added is a complete level progression system. Levels are defined in a data table at the top of the world script, which makes it easy to add new levels without rewriting logic. The game now has a win condition, a victory screen, a next level button, and support for multiple enemy and player types from the start. Next week, I'll build on top of this foundation. So yes, we can still play a little bit. Yeah, like the 2 characters. Thanks for watching. Yes, so it means like you win and go to the next level.